Welcome to the No Limits Podcast, where limits do not exist, where you can create cash flow, equity, and real freedom with the power of real estate.
3, 4. Now, we will begin.
Welcome to the dojo. The dojo. How to do your first or next deal in 30 days guaranteed. That's the topic of today's show. This is Todd Toback, and welcome to the No Limits Real Estate Investing Podcast. If this is the first time that you're joining us, go to NoLimitsRealEstateInvesting.com and download the wholesaling map. This is a blueprint that's going to get you to your first or next deal. So whether you're just getting started or you're starting to build out a team, go there and download the map. That is the blueprint. This is not to be confused about the technique that I'm going to talk about today. And I'm going to guarantee you, that is right, guarantee you that if you implement the strategy that I talk about today, you're willing to take the gloves off and implement like a maniac, you're going to do a big deal. And not any deal. I'm talking about a monster deal, a needle mover that's going to put some money in your bank account. The question is, do you have the guts to implement? I was really fired up this morning writing this episode because I was like, man, these guys, these gals have no excuse. So I'm going to give you the goods. Now, this is like so granular today. This is so step by step that there's no way that if you do this, what I'm going to tell you today, you're not going to do a deal. So if you're willing to commit to what I'm saying on this podcast, if you're willing to commit and do everything and don't try to change anything, then you're going to be successful. But if you're going to think maybe, kind of, should, I'm going to do it my way, do me a favor, skip this episode today. This is not for you. I need 100% commitment on your implementation. And if you're listening to this, yes, I am talking to you. That's right. I'm talking to you. So commit to following this step by step by step. So here's how to do your first or next deal in 30 days, guaranteed. So number one, go to my site and download the map. Okay, I've talked about that. Number two, okay, I want you to go to NoLimitsRealEstateInvesting.com/drive. NoLimitsRealEstateInvesting.com/drive. And by the way, if you're not willing to do this exactly how I'm going to tell you to do it, this is a reminder, okay? Shut off the episode because this episode will not help you. Then I want you to download, okay? Go to NoLimitsRealEstateInvesting.com/drive. I want you to download, okay, the app that is there. I've negotiated a free credit with Deal Machine. Now, Deal Machine is one of the most amazing apps and tools for real estate investors I have ever seen. I recently did a deal on another podcast. I talked about it. I made $16,000. I literally had 20 minutes in this deal. Now, what does this app do? This app enables you to drive around or walk around and take a picture of a vacant property. So if you see a vacant property that's out there, and it's got tall grass, or it's got boarded up, or you see the mail hanging out of the mailbox, or you see a bunch of junk out in front. Have you ever seen one of those properties? I live in a great neighborhood and I still see them, right? I live in $1 million plus neighborhood and I just did a deal in my neighborhood. So if you could do it in mine, you can do it in yours. So this app enables you to go around and take pictures of this property. What's amazing about this thing is that you can take a picture in front of the house and it will send a postcard to the owner of that house. And then you can actually call that seller, actually pull the seller's information. You can get their phone number and call them and text them. Now, I can tell you when I first got started investing, these tools did not exist, okay? But this app just blows me away. So go there and download it. You could probably start to see the direction I'm going here. So go to NoLimitsRealEstateInvesting.com/drive, okay? And that'll auto-populate a coupon code. The coupon code is No Limits, okay? Coupon code is No Limits. Make sure you use that. And you get a bunch of free credits, okay? Now, you want to sign up for a free trial with them. You're going to get the credits. And now you have the tools to get started. Now, remember, we are looking for a motivated seller today, right? Someone who's got a problem that we can solve. And once we find the seller, then what we're going to do is then we're going to have a conversation with them and negotiate the best price possible. So what I want you to do is commit to driving at least 1 hour a day to go take pictures of vacant properties. Now, maybe it's you, or maybe you've got some extra money in your pocket and you want to hire somebody else to go do this. I don't care how you do this. You can drive yourself, you can hire somebody else, you can ride around on your bike, you can walk, you can skateboard, you can take a hoverboard. I don't care what it is, but go out there and start taking pictures of vacant properties. You literally could make 50, 60, 70K a month with no money in the next 90 to 100 days using this strategy. I was so fired up about this tool today because of this deal that we had just done, and we've got others in the hopper. Okay. Now, once you've committed to going an hour a day, or you could commit to a number of properties. So you're going to say, I'm going to take a picture of 20 properties a day, whatever it takes, but you've got to score yourself, right? You have to have a score that you say, I'm going to do this every day or 5 days a week. So whether it's 20 properties or an hour, don't sit there and think, just take pictures. Now, what I'm going to recommend, a really beautiful feature of this tool is that you can take a picture of a property, but you can actually put yourself in the picture. So you could take a selfie of yourself in front of the property and, point to it or give a thumbs up. And I can tell you, this is really going to separate you. I did this on one of our last deals because I did it myself, right? Which I haven't done my own deals in a really, really long time. I've got a team for that, but I just couldn't help myself, right? So I took a picture of me in front of the house. Seller gets the postcard. They're like, who is this guy? How did they get a picture of my house? And what are they doing in front of my house? It's going to generate a phone call. And so phone calls generate money. It generates activity, momentum, and what I love to call a pipeline. Now, I would listen to every sales episode that I have on this podcast, right? I give away a ton of free content. If you want more, you don't have to buy my no limit selling system, right? It's just if you want to accelerate and make a ton more money faster, you can buy it. But if you listen to this podcast, I talk a lot about how to talk to sellers and how to negotiate. But I'm going to give you everything that you need in this episode. So once you start to get phone calls in from your direct mail, and by the way, let's say that you're sending out 20 properties a day and you're spending $1 a postcard. The postcard through Deal Machine makes it really, really, really easy. You're going to pay a little bit of a premium for those postcards, but it's just so darn easy. So pretend like it's $1 each, which I think that's actually more than it costs. But let's just say you're spending $20 a day. After a month, you're looking at, I don't know, I'm doing the math, but 20 times 10 is 200. So you're looking at like $600 a month max for postcards. So you want to cold call those owners. You got the phone number, call them right from the app, hit send, call them, and ask them if they want to sell their property. So one of the things that I learned from an awesome cold caller, his name is Brent Daniels. He says, I know this call is out of the blue. So I would say, Mr. Seller, I know this call is out of the blue. I was just in front of your property at XYZ Street. I just took a picture of it. Actually, I just sent you a postcard in the mail, and I was interested in if you were I was wondering if you were interested in selling your property. Are you interested in an all cash offer? Are you interested in moving this deal, right? Whatever it takes. But again, the exact script is, I know this is out of the blue. Would you be interested in an all cash offer on your property? Then start the conversation. Now, what's going to happen is that number one is that you are going outbound, right? Number two, by the way, I would also send a text message. And if you call them, and then you send a text message and you leave a voicemail and you've got the phone number, I would also leave a little video message on your phone. Okay. Now you're going to send a postcard. So you are hitting them by number one, the postcard. Number two, you're calling them. Number three, you're sending a text. And number four, you're sending a video message. Now, some of those phone numbers may not be right, and that is okay. You are building a pipeline though. So over a month, you are going to have about 600 properties, the most qualified prospects you could possibly have, right? Vacant properties in your neighborhood, in your farm area, where, you are familiar. Now, you don't have to be familiar. This could be in anywhere in the country, but I'm just assuming that you're going to pick an area around you, because if you get belly to belly with a seller, the chances of you locking up that deal goes through the roof. Okay. Now, once you've done all of that, now the money is going to be in the follow-up. Okay. The money's going to be in the follow-up. So when you talk to people, you are going to, they're going to be in one of three places. Number one, I don't want to sell. Number two, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Or three, yeah, give me an offer. I'm desperate to sell now, right? Obviously, there's variations between those. But you may run into, yes, I want to sell right now. So that just happened on a deal that I just did, right? They were ready to sell, and I could tell, and I locked it up, and I made a quick 16K. Literally took me like 20 minutes of my time. So I hope you run into one of those, and you just may. But the money is made in the people who say, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I probably should do something with that, what you got. And so what I want you to do is I want you to follow up with every single one of those people at least once a week. Set an appointment for the next thing, and then get commitments from them on the very next step they need to take to make a decision. Now, of course, there's going to be some negotiations on price here, and you're going to make them an offer, and maybe they'll counter, and that's fine. I'm not going to get into all of that. But you need to lock up this property at a price in which you can make a profit, and that is below market value. A quick and dirty way to do this is just look for all the things that have sold in your neighborhood, look for the lowest of the low, the fixers, and then make sure that you are below that. So I love to use redfin.com. You can use Zillow. Again, this is not an episode on how to comp a property, but make sure that you are low, okay? And don't get caught up on this, but just negotiate the best price. If you are like confused, then negotiate hard and try to go as low as you can go and just lock it up under contract. Now, once you've got this deal under contract, you either want to sell it to a bunch of cash buyers and take the highest offer, right? You're only selling it to one cash buyer, or hold it as a rental. Now, one other key that I'm going to recommend here for you is you're going to talk to all of these people. Hopefully, you've got 600 leads. Every single person that you talk to gets a written offer in the mail. So again, a portion of the people that you speak to will want to sell right away. A portion will say, no, take me off your list. And a portion will say, yes, maybe, or may even reject your offer on the phone. I do not care what they say on the telephone. No matter what, no matter how far apart you are, you send them an offer, okay? You send them an offer. So here's my guarantee. You go out and you drive around for an hour every day and take a picture of 20 properties, or you hire somebody to go around and take a picture of 20 vacant properties, or you skateboard, or you hoverboard, or you ride your bike. I don't care what it is, but you get a picture of 20 vacant properties every single day. And you use the Deal Machine app, okay? Go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com, get the free credits, sign up for the software. Yes, I'm telling you to do that, okay? Don't go halfway. Get the software, go and now start mailing people the postcards with a picture of you in it or your team member in it. Call them, text them, send them a video, and you do this for a month and listen to these episodes and learn the sales system. I guarantee you're going to do a deal. That is my promise. The question is, how bad do you want it? All right. Do not change what I'm telling you to do. Okay. Listen to this podcast over again. Number two, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/drive. Use the coupon code NOLIMITS to get free credits. Get 20 properties a day, get on the phone, make it happen, lock up the deal, and make some money. Now, here's what I would love. Send me a message on Instagram if you've done a deal with this. I'm just pumped up. I've never really done anything like this. Haven't made a guarantee, particularly on like an episode. But I was like, man, we've got to do something fun. So this is it. Send me a message on Instagram with a picture of your check or you doing driving for dollars and with a picture of you in front of a house, something really, really, really cool. I would love to feature you on the podcast because I know you can do it, right? Get hungry, make it happen. And again, you don't have to do this, by the way. If you're like, I don't want to go driving around. Hey, guess what? Either do I, right? And so for me, I've got a team for that, but I can tell you, I've always got my phone with me ready to take a picture. And so, 16K deal for me for 20 minutes of my time, guess what? I'm still willing to do that. So hopefully you are too. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know this was real and raw, and I know that if you implement this, you're going to make some more money. Make sure you download the map at nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com. Please share the content, and I do see your reviews. They are appreciated. I can't wait to talk to you on the next episode. Talk to you soon.